welcome back to part 3 of our journey ranking our board game collection.
We're so excited to share with you about what we think make these games special and maybe not so special.
You're watching Faith and Board Games. I'm Tyler Collum.
And I'm Caitlin Collum.
And we're set to go with our number 60.
Our number 60 is Aquatica.
Aquatica is a beautiful game where you're going to be trying to snag some locations out on the board in order to earn points by treasuring those cards. Now you do this with a really cool mechanic that it's crazy that you don't see more of this.
It's true.
Each player has a dual layered board where anytime you snag a location by either buying them or doing combat for them, and you do this by playing cards from your hand, when you grab a location, you're going to slide them up into a slot on these dual layered boards. And then each of these locations will have other abilities on them that you can use as bonus actions. But eventually you want to just get these locations pushed all the way into your board, because then you'll be able to do another action that allows you to treasure those cards, which is where you actually get the points for them. It's a really cool system.
It really
trying
is.
to combo off of those things.
I agree. And I think this game, even though it looks absolutely beautiful and has such a great aquatic theme, packaging,
there it is.
It's not very thematic. It definitely just has a beautiful atmosphere, beautiful look, but yeah, you don't feel the theme as you're playing this. You're buying or recruiting characters. You are conquering locations or buying locations. But I will say that getting those cards, pushing up those bonuses is just so satisfying. It's so much fun. And it's hard for me in my head to think about, I do just want to push this up so I can get the points. My head gets focused on, but I want that and that and that and that. And how do I get that? Oh, but the game is going to end because that person's going to do this. So I probably should just get these pushed up. So it's a fun balance, and there is some good tension there.
For sure. Yeah, this game is lower on our list only because it's not a great two-player game, and that's just where we play games most of the time. If you can get 3 or 4 players, I think it's great, even though I have heard some people enjoy playing 2. The game end mechanism is you have these 4 different objectives, which can change from game to game. But you just have 4 objectives, and once one player has gotten on all 4 of those objectives, that triggers the end game. And when you're just playing 2, it just becomes, in our experience, just, oh, you're going to go for those 2, I'm going to go for these 2. And then
it takes some of the tension away, as well as you don't see as many locations. Because with 2 people, you're just not buying as many as if 3 or 4 are at the table.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Every time we've introduced this game to people where we've played with so many different groups, like different types of people, this has landed well every single time.
It really has, yeah. This is a really good one that'll stay in the collection for a while. Our number 60, Aquatica.
Our number 59 is Forbidden Island.
Forbidden Island is a great beginner-level cooperative game. It's one of Matt Leacock's designs, which you'll see that very clearly if you've played any of his pandemic-style games as well. So in this game, you're just trying to collect some artifacts by drawing cards. You got to get 4 of them in your hand by either just waiting to draw them from a deck. You can also trade them back and forth if you get on the same location with other players. And then you have to take those 4 cards and get to a certain space on the map, turn those in, get that artifact, and then once you get that artifact, get to the Fool's Landing, which is where your helicopter's at.
Well, you need the helicopter card.
Which, yes, you also have to have a helicopter card, and then you got to get there and get everybody off the island in order to win.
Yes.
Now, the trick of this game, the point of attention, is the fact that this island is sinking beneath your feet. You're going to be getting a little wet as you're wandering around trying to shore up the different locations, which I'm not sure what's going on there thematically. Like,
that's very true.
They've got some sandbags, but
they got
also
a decent bucket. Just scoop it off. Guys, you come over there and get the artifact. I'll keep this one dry.
Yeah, you've got a bucket. Somebody's got a wet back over there. Just trying
Scooping it out into the
keep these
ocean.
islands afloat. Yeah, somebody's got a pulley system. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
That's true. I never thought about that. Other than that little note, it is very thematic in the sense that you do feel the island sinking around you with those water rise cards coming and pulling up your card and seeing them flip over. It's just, that's hilarious. I've never thought about that because, yeah, shoring it up doesn't necessarily make sense thematically, but
No.
it does a fantastic job at making you feel like you are trying to get off this island before you sink, and that you want to get those artifacts collected. You need to get your group together, get to Fool's Landing, and get off before you all drowned.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun game. We definitely played this game a lot when we first got it. It was one of our very first games we got when we were getting into the hobby, and it'll be on this list for a while just because of that nostalgic beginner time for us.
Sure, and it's still just really fun to pull out, especially there's a lot of the cooperative games we've gotten into are so heavy.
Yeah,
rules heavy, very long cooperative games, which feel more thematic, which is great, but this is a really nice one to have on your shelf, a small package, easy to get out,
for sure,
and very quick game. So this is a really good one. Our number 59, Forbidden Island.
Our number 58 is Four Gardens.
Four Gardens is another beautiful game, a Japanese style game where you are going to be painting a landscape, several landscapes out, and you're going to do this by playing cards out into a tableau, your tableau in front of you. And you're going to be doing that by gathering resources by the main mechanism in the game, with this big pagoda in the middle of the table that you're going to be spinning and manipulating in order to get the specific resources you want. And that leads to just really fun, puzzly moments as you look at the cards you have in your hand, which tell you how you can move the pagoda as well as which direction you'll be taking the resources from. So it's just going to be constantly twisting that around. The other thing that makes that really cool is that when you twist it, it changes what somebody else at the table is going to get. You have one side of the pagoda, other players will be on different sides. And so just depending on where you're sitting at the table,
you see different things.
You'll see different things, have different options, and you can mess with your opponents a little bit that way by shifting that around. So it's a really fun mechanism they have.
It is, and that mechanism, I feel like you don't even necessarily mean to mess with an opponent, but you're just trying to puzzle out how can I get what I need. But I would say this game isn't really thematic. You don't in any way feel like you are painting. You are gathering resources like wood, water, leaves, and grass?
Yeah,
or is it grass?
It's all natural paintings.
Yeah, so there's no like paint supplies that you're
making
gathering.
your own paint and then painting. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's more of a landscaping theme.
Like you're trying to put together a perfect landscape.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it says painting in there, but maybe it's more of a landscaping thing.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't really feel that thematic, but it is a very fun game, a fun puzzle to put together and to see what combinations or what special abilities that you can unlock will get you the most points in the end.
Yeah.
And then I don't think you mentioned the little bit of meanness you can specifically point out and do.
No, yeah, so in this game, in order to get points, as you play these cards out, each of them has one of 4 different colors on them, and whichever color you put down, you're going to move on that track on the board. And as you put more of these colors down, every time you put another card down, you're going to score every card that's in your tableau, so you'll constantly be rescoring on these tracks. And then once you get to the end of the track and you can score on that, you're not going to move forward, but you can put your opponent back on that track. And if you get up fast enough, you can actually push your opponent off that track so they can't score for the rest of the game, get a little bit of a glare, and then just try to avoid eye contact the rest of the game.
It's good knowing that mechanism exists going into the game, because I think for a while we didn't play it like that.
I don't think we did, but we're pretty soft in the early years of our gaming.
Yeah, now we're getting a little sharper.
We are. We're starting to get a little hardened, weather-worn, and it's like,
push her off the track.
For the win.
Yeah, he goes brutal at that, but it's good knowing going into it you can put up your defenses.
That's a fun one. Very light game, but a good one to pull out every once in a while. Our number 58, Four Gardens.
Our number 57 is Catapult Feud.
Catapult Feud is a really fun party-style game, which is, I mean, loosely categorized as a game,
Yeah,
I
was
would
going to
say.
say an activity, really.
A little bit. So, a Catapult Feud is just a fun raucous time where two players are going to get on opposite sides of each other, build a cool little fort, give yourself an excuse to go back to your childhood Lego
Block building days.
Yeah, for sure. And just build up a cool structure and then try to just pop the opponents down. You can play this just straight shooting catapults, but they also have some cool card powers that you can use in the game that are where you can rebuild part of your tower, maybe maneuver your people around. I forgot to mention that you put people up. Your goal is not to knock down the opponent's tower so much as it is to just knock down your opponent's 5 people on the other side. And as you lose people, you'll gain more power cards, which is kind of cool if you play it that way. And then, yeah, there's just some that are really fun to use, feel OP, but will also make you feel very, very not talented sometimes.
I feel like there is a little bit to learning this game on how exactly to shoot your catapult.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yeah, when we first played, it was just amazing. Like, how do I keep missing? And it is just such a fun game. We mostly play it with our kids these days,
yes,
which is why it is so high. We love having our kids build the tower. Like, I'll take 2, he'll take 2, and we'll let them build up their tower in their fun little ways and watch them put the people in the most vulnerable spots possible and start firing off catapults. But it is fun when we just play ourselves as well, and we'll actually use the more advanced rules. And I would say this game is thematic because it's fun building your tower. They have great miniatures in it that just really kind of bring that theme alive and the silliness alive.
Right, really lean into that for sure.
So this is a fantastic game.
It is. And then just when you play with your kids, like we've had our little 1-year-olds sometimes just get in there and just let them pop that, and when they let it fly and just obliterate the other side, it's just like,
smile on their face. It's the best.
Yeah, the devious little child smile. Like, I busted it, and I'm not going to get in trouble.
That was fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's a really fun time. Our number 57, Catapult Feud.
For 56 is Ready, Set, Bet.
Another party game. Got quite a few of those, I think, on this section here. This is where a lot of them fall for sure. So Ready, Set, Bet is just a fun time where you're going to be simulating a day at the races, sort of. So what's going to go down is one player is going to play as the guy running the horse track by rolling dice and moving these horses along the track. And as soon as that starts, the rest of the players are going to be throwing down their money chips onto a board where they're going to be betting on who they think is going to win. Yep. And this is done simultaneously.
Yes.
You can wait as long as you want to put these things down. You can go as quickly as you want. You can just close your eyes and toss and see what happens. If
Would
you
not
feel
advise
like
that.
Yeah. Not advisable, but that's an option for you. There's a certain point where all betting stops, and then you just see who ends up winning the most each round. There's some little things in there you can throw in, like instead of just which horse wins, you could throw in some extra, like, this color will win, or this number is going to go farther than this number, or stuff like that. So there's some of that going on.
So I would say, in a sense, this game is thematic. I've not personally bet on horses ever in my life, but I do know one thing, that you don't bet on them while they're racing. I know bets are done beforehand.
Do you? Do you?
I've seen movies and TV shows.
Yeah?
When has TV ever lied to us?
Not one time, I guess. Not once.
So with that knowledge in my back pocket, I would say that it is missing that theme or thematic component, but it is a really great time, and every time we've pulled this out with like a party setting, which is the only time we've ever pulled this out, it's always gone over great. There's always one section of the table that is standing and really into it, boisterous, loud, and then there's the group that is like me, that is just sitting and putting out the chip, enjoying it, but not, jumping on the table. Yep. But it is fun to see who gets into it, what side it brings out of the people you're playing with, and it's just a fun time.
It is. It's a really good one. Look forward to the next time we can pull this out. Our number 56, Ready, Set, Bet.
Our number 55 is Hare and Tortoise.
On to another racing game, just not a party one.
Very different style.
Very
Talk
different.
about night and day.
So, Hare and Tortoise is a racing style game where you are going to have a hand of carrot cards, and you spend these carrot cards in order to move along the track. As you spend one carrot card to move one space, but if you spend 2 carrot cards, you move 3 spaces, and the more carrot cards you spend, the amount of spaces you move goes up exponentially. And luckily, it's not a math game. They give you a nice little sheet that tells you where you'll be just kind of glancing at that the whole game, like, let's see, I've got this many carrots, I've got and then you spend and move that many spaces. Mm-hmm. But what's neat is obviously you won't be able to just get from point A to point B without gaining more carrots. You'll have to wisely spend those, and you'll do that by either moving forward a few spaces, stopping, and maybe wait a few turns on a carrot space in order to gather a few carrots, or you move really far ahead, and then there are some tortoise spaces where you actually move backwards, but you'll get a lot of carrots based on how many spaces back you move to get to a tortoise space. And then there will be other spaces on the board where you can, the rabbit spaces, where you, the hare, I guess I should say, spaces, where you can gamble to see if you can, you'll roll a dice and try to maybe skip a few, or maybe you'll eat a cabbage, which you have to get some cabbages eaten on your way around the track. Gotta stay fueled up for your race.
And it's so cute because you're supposed to flip your bunny over so it's mowing down on it.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you've eaten your cabbage, you flip it back. So
yeah.
It's just a fun moment.
It is. So that's the gist of Hare and Tortoise. It's just a balancing game of just hand management, really, of how far can I push myself before I'm going to need to be waiting. Can I get really far ahead of my opponents? It's just a fun management.
It is a fun management game, and I wanted to rave about it a little bit more because it is, sadly, not a very pretty looking game. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's like just so neutral.
Yeah, it's a typical Rio Grande production is what it is.
And for us, we really gravitate more to heavy thematic, very pretty, elegant style games. And this game does have great components with its rabbit pieces and its cards. But I just want to say that the last time we played this, I had a really good time playing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not pretty, but it is a really fun puzzle. And even though what he said sounded super mathematical, you don't feel like you're doing equations the whole time.
It's true.
You really just have a fun time of that push and pull of how far can I push myself to go without losing all the carrots that I need to really win this race before the opponent does. And it is long the more people you play with.
Sure.
I think the first time we played this, we played it at the max.
We did.
And I remember it being long. But it's a fantastic 2-player game. And I still think it plays well higher up, but it's just something to know.
And even at the 2, it becomes even a little bit more thinkier on
with
your
the
turns.
2 pieces.
Yeah, so if you play with just 2 players, you then have 2 racers that you're trying to get around the board, and you want to be either first or third or second or third to get around. You want to be the first, well, just the first one to get both of your racers in.
Yeah.
Make that a little bit simpler. But so that's, yeah, it's a really fun, thinky game to pull out our number 55, Hare and Tortoise.
Our number 54 is Let's Go to Japan.
Done and done. Book the tickets, let's go.
Okay.
Oops, I guess that's our game. Yeah, so Let's Go to Japan. This is a game we haven't played too much. It's higher on the list at this point, more of what we expect it to be in our collection than how much that we've played it thus far. So in this game, you're simply just trying to put out some cards into your space in order to get the most points by having the best time in Japan, which is something that we have dreamed of doing. And one day, that dream will be a reality, Lord willing.
Yes.
So that's really where this game's at on this list. We've played it not much.
Maybe once, maybe twice.
But just one that we're excited to get back to, and it will it kind of fits. It's almost right in the middle of the list at this point, and it's like...
Hoping it'll be going up.
Yep, hopefully going up. I assume it's going to be going up. Just got to get a little bit more time playing that one. Our number 54. Let's Go to Japan.
Okay. Number 53 is Meeple Land.
Meeple Land, your favorite box art that we own.
Yep.
This poor Meeple Land, she rags on it so much.
It's just sad. I just don't like this guy right here. I don't like him. That's
Poor guy. He's just doing his job.
I know.
Got a friendly smile
saying,
on, welcoming people into the park.
It was a choice.
Yep, it was a choice. He put himself out there and paid the price. Paid the price. But Meeple Land, this is just a fun park building game where you're going to be drafting tiles to place them into your park, creating paths in order to allow your guests to get from the entrance to your different parks. It's a fun puzzle where you have to balance getting new rides into your park, but also making sure you're getting the right rides so that the right colored meeples that you're going to be drafting at the end of each round into your parks, which it's nice you can know what color of meeples you're going for as you're doing that. So you'll be grabbing those different attractions, which give you more points the more different types of attractions you get, as well as just trying to make sure that the paths you're making aren't crossing into each other, aren't going into dead ends, so that'll lead to negative points. If you don't have enough spaces to allow your guest into your park, those will be negative points at the end of the game. So just a fun, I would say pretty lightweight, fun tile drafting game.
Yeah. I would say this game does feel, in a sense, thematic. It kind of brings you back to those old Zoo Tycoon days of putting in the attractions that you want. I think this game loses a little bit of its thematicness for me personally because I hate flipping my attractions upside down to make my paths line up, and that's just something that bothers me, but it's a minor thing.
Yeah.
I do think it is a really fun game, and it's nice, it's light, it's quick, it's just a good time, and you do feel like you are putting together a park. So.
You do. Yep. Beautiful game. It's been a hit with everybody we've played it with. Our number 53, Meeple Land.
Our number 52 is Paris, La Cité de La Cité de la... I think I almost had it.
You almost did. You almost had it. So Paris, this is a fun two-player only game. Yeah. Another tile drafter, honestly, kind of a reverse tile drafter. So you're going to be, each player has their set of tiles, and you're going to be placing them out onto the board, which is set into the box, which is both a good and bad thing. It should have been really set lower into the box to make it easier to put this game away.
Oh.
There's a little bit of wasted space there, but I digress. So as you place these tiles out, you're going to be trying to make patterns that are groups of tiles that have your colors on them. But you're also going to be, while you place these tiles, you can either place a tile or draft a polyomino building that you're going to need to place out there. So you got to plan ahead on which of these polyominoes am I drafting? Am I going to be able to make these shapes out of my tiles, as well as making sure you can place them around light posts, as that's what really allows them to score.
It's true.
So there's a few different things that you're looking at there as you're trying to place these out.
So I wouldn't say this game is really thematic for the way you play, but I will say it feels thematic for the atmosphere that it provides with the box, with the components, with the little postcards that you can collect that give you special abilities.
The production really helps.
It does. And this is just such a fun, quick two-player game that does have tension because of what tiles you draft and how you put your paths together. So that's just really fun. It is one of my favorites. The only reason I would say it's in our mid-range with this ranking is because we've played this game to death.
Yeah. It's definitely hit that point where it's like we've seen everything. There's really nothing new that it has to offer, but I definitely feel like it's a game that's going to be chilling here in this range. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon because it's a blast every time we pull it out.
Exactly.
So, really great two-player game. Our number 52, Paris, la Cité de la Lumière. There it is. Teamwork.
Makes the dream work. Our number 51 is Kabuto Sumo.
Say it right.
No.
Say it correctly.
I will not.
Try it again.
Nope. You say it.
Kabuto Sumo is how you properly say that tile. This is a fun dexterity style game where you are just going to be placing down some really funny looking beetle sumo wrestlers onto a board and then put some discs around them. You're going to take a disc. I'm going to take some discs. And then we're going to just push them at each other in order to try to knock the opposing wrestler off of the board. Mm-hmm. You're also going to be balancing, making sure that you knock other discs off the board, as if you run out of discs in your hand, your stamina runs out, you lose.
Yep.
Even if your wrestler stays on the board. So you've got to try to gather discs for that, knock the opponent off the board. You can also play with asymmetric player powers, where you each have your own specific beetle that you're playing, which comes with their own special piece that you'll be pushing. That'll come in different shapes. One of them's really fun. It's not even a special tile, but it's just a bigger wrestler that you have, because it's just a huge beetle. So it's just really fun playing with all those different mechanisms.
For sure. And I do think this game is very thematic for what it is, because it is, in a sense, an abstract game, but the way they put this package together, you feel like you're pushing your little sumo wrestlers around inside the rink and trying to knock each other off. So they did a fantastic job on this for the production. The gameplay is fun. Everyone we've introduced it to at multiple different age ranges have been able to pick this up, and we've gotten a good reaction every time.
We have, we do a Lions Club at our church here each summer, and for the longest time, we brought it in each week. This past year, we did a few, we didn't, and some of them were asking about it. I think we brought it in one time this past year.
Yeah, but not every week like we used to.
But yeah, it's just a fun time pushing those discs around. And I love the art in this game too. It looks really nice. But yep, that's a really fun one. Our number 51, Kabuto Sumo. And that's going to do it for this list. Thank you so much for sticking with us and watching. If you enjoyed the content that you've been seeing, feel free to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the rest of these lists that will be coming out as we make our way through this 8-part series of ranking our board game collection. Thanks for watching Faith and Board Games. I'm Tyler Collum.
And I'm Caitlin Collum.
And until next time, have fun
pushing your sumo wrestler out of the rink.
And stay awesome.
Bye.